Welcome back to Stache Sports, Stashers. We're back. My friend Robbie yesterday thought I was off, but no, I just been on a cruise and got back last week and forgot to do an episode, but we're back. My friend Robbie also says he wanted to talk about the Steelers quarterbacks and what I think about that, which we'll talk about that, but we'll see. We're getting pretty soon to the Final 53, and now we're getting pretty soon to starting my fantasy football drafts. And we'll talk about fantasy football drafts too, when I would do that. Today we're going to start talking about the Pirates. Last night the Pirates won 3-2 in extras, won in the 12th inning, and made a good game. Even though it was a late game, but they're playing at San Diego, they made a good game. The Pirates have been on a real skid now out of the All-Star break. Some people could say it's because they lost some players. I mean, we have one of these up-and-coming shortstops that we lost for the whole year, based on Connor Griffin. I know he might be coming back to September, but it might be too late now. About an 8.5 back. I mean, 8.5 back. That's not that bad. Maybe if we're lucky, we might get on the streak. But that's just having the Pirates haven't had this year. Had a good streak. I mean, I know their bullpen's been really bad, but some of their starting pitchers haven't been bad either. So far this year, Carl Majeski has looked like our better pitcher. I don't know what's happened to Paul Skeens this year. Paul Skeens has not looked good at all. I don't know if it's because he's hungover, or not hungover, but if it's because he did that World Baseball Classic and he got all his energy off of that, and now he's just getting tired or what it is. I mean, he hasn't looked as good as he is, or if pitchers or batters are starting to figure him out now, but he's been excuse me, or the batters are trying to figure him out now, but he's been in the majors for quite a while. I mean, he really needs to get it up and get a lot better. You say he's the best pitcher. I don't think he is the best pitcher. I just don't know what he had and why he hasn't been showing it the last few games. But whatever. The Pirates play again tonight against the San Diego Padres. It's going to be interesting to see what they do against the Padres. I mean, they won yesterday against the San Diego Padres, and they were looking pretty good. I hope they can win against the Padres because that's what the Pirates need. They need another win, and they need to start getting on a win streak. But I think it might be too late. But at least this year, because I was telling my dad yesterday, at least this year the Pirates have at least kept us through most of the football season, which is pretty good. Yeah, football season. And the football season is just around the corner. The Steelers looked pretty good in the first game against the Green Bay Packers, which I don't watch, so I was on a cruise. But they looked pretty good in the first game. In the second game I watched, they didn't score any points at all against the New York Jets. I know it's like a practice game, and some stuff you like. I still don't know about Drew Will Howard. But my friend Robbie did ask me about Will Howard and if I think it should be on the roster. I think it should be on the roster. Maybe they should put him on the practice squad. It's going to be interesting to see. Let's have 4 quarterbacks. So a lot of people think that Mason Rudolph, even though Mason Rudolph didn't play, it might not play this week, still think Mason Rudolph would be the backup quarterback, so a veteran backup quarterback behind your 42-year-old quarterback and Aaron Rodgers. Some people believe that. Some people think he could be the next man out and then just go both of the futures behind it. But I mean, even though I'm not a big Mason Rudolph fan, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind maybe Mason Rudolph being back there and having a veteran backup, even though sometimes I do want to see what the future is if Aaron Rodgers goes out. I mean, I don't want Aaron Rodgers to go out, and I want Aaron Rodgers to be healthy and stay strong the whole year. But he is 43, and he is pretty old, so you got to, I don't know. But I mean, it doesn't matter. If the offensive line plays like the offensive line played against the Jets, this season might be a long season for the Steelers. I mean, that offensive line is really bad against the Jets. And Broderick Jones looked really bad. I mean, how many times are we going to get Broderick Jones on here? Hopefully, this new guy we got from Arizona State, Maxi Honachor, is I think I pronounced his name. Hopefully, Maxi Honachor can take over for Broderick Jones. Because if Broderick Jones keeps playing like that, then Aaron Rodgers is going to have to run for his life. I mean, Broderick Jones can even save a cold. He can even save his lunch. He was doing so bad. If they kept him out there, I wonder if they keep him out there to see if he can play more, to see what happens. I mean, we do have a new coach in Mike McCarthy, so it's going to be interesting to see what Mike McCarthy can do. But, I mean, I'm not overreacting for a preseason game. It's just a preseason practice game. But they need to look a lot better at the offensive line, no matter who the quarterback is. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is the future bout Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, I think Roethlisberger is a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'll tell you in a minute. But Aaron Rodgers throws the Hall of Fame quarterback and sometimes can throw the ball faster. Sometimes throw the ball faster and know how to get on point, and even if the offensive line is breaking. But no matter who your quarterback is, young, old, or not, they need a good offensive line. So that's what the Steelers need. I mean, their defense didn't look that bad, even though they let up 17 points. I mean, they let up a touchdown and a field goal late when they had like the four strings. They might not make the team at all, but they didn't look bad. Besides that first touchdown and led up to Geno Smith, they looked pretty good after that. So that's good. It's going to be interesting to see now how the Steelers' defense looks because they got Patrick Graham. I mean, Patrick Graham is the new defensive coordinator this year for the Steelers, but under Mike McCarthy's new era. And Mike McCarthy be calling offensive plays, so the defensive plays be called by the defensive coordinator. So a lot of people thought last year that the last few years that not Mike McCarthy, that's the one we have now, but Mike Tomlin was calling the plays on offense. Defense, since he's a defensive-minded coach. And Todd Haley, and all bad offensive coordinators we had, were calling offensive plays. I mean, we had Matt Canada for crying out loud. That guy was pretty bad as an offensive coordinator. So finally, we have an offense. That's something the NFL needs, is a good offense. I mean, I know back in the days when Mike Tomlin was hired, maybe defense won championships more, and defenses are still strong today. But it's also these high-powered offenses I see a lot in the thing. And we also need to get a quarterback of the future. Whether that's on the future right now, if it's Drew Allen, if they can fix his mechanical work. I mean, they said he has some mechanical problems, but he might need a fix, and he could be a potentially good quarterback. I mean, a couple of years ago, before he decided to go back to college at Penn State, he was projected to be a number one quarterback, and we got him in the third round. So maybe Mike McCarthy knows, so maybe Will Howard. I mean, so far, if you're asking Stache, out of Stache Sports, because I think maybe Drew Howard has it over Will Howard right now. Drew Howard, to me, when he had time, I know the offensive line was pretty crappy, and you had Roger Jones in there that couldn't save anything, and was really bad, looking like a peewee player. But when he did have time, he did make a couple of decent passes, a couple of good passes down the field, and he looked more mobile than Will Howard, in my personal opinion. Drew Howard looked like he could move it. He moved a couple yards on the first play and had a couple more yards as he ran the ball. And that's something you need too. You need some quarterback to get out of the pocket and not always be sitting in the pocket. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what the Steelers do this year. They opened up against the Atlanta Falcons. And on Thursday night, we have one more preseason game against the Buffalo Bills. When we play in Buffalo, New York, at the new Buffalo Bills Stadium. If I'm understanding the reports right, I think it should be the same quarterbacks as the Jets game, Will Howard and Drew Howard. I mean, that makes sense. Unless he wants to do what Mason Rudolph can do more, you don't need to be putting Aaron Rodgers in preseason. Some people on the radio were complaining because they said Aaron Rodgers might play preseason, but so far he hasn't played it down. He might not play one in the first game. I mean, no, he could still. Since Mike McCarthy, I don't know if he's made up his mind yet. But, I mean, we don't need Aaron Rodgers to play. He's an old quarterback. We know what he does, and it's not like he has a new coach. He's been with McCarthy before. Can they have their magic and be reunited and have their magic like they did in the Green Bay era? I mean, that Green Bay was the last team to beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl. My friend was trying to talk trash, but it's been so long because the Steelers been in the Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah. And won a playoff game. I was like, yeah. But at least my team's not the Miami Dolphins. Who haven't won a playoff game since 2000, Robbie. Oh, man. But we'll see. I mean, I think the Steelers looking good. I can't wait to see the last preseason game and see what they do. I mean, Mike McCarthy needs to have a good offense. That's something the Steelers have been missing the last few years. It's a really good offense. They need to have something that's not running on fourth down. It's going to be interesting to see the battle between Rico Dabo as it gets going and Jalen Warren. Rico Dabo is coming off 2,000-yard seasons, and Jalen Warren's not doing too bad himself. So it's going to be... Excuse me. So it's going to be interesting to see what Rico Dabo does and Jan Warren do for the Steelers. I'm more excited to see the Steelers receivers. I mean, we really haven't seen DK Metcalf or Michael Pittman Jr. playing because they're probably not going to play them much in the preseason. But I'm really excited to see what Michael Pittman Jr. and DK Metcalf can do. I mean, Aaron Rodgers finally had a second receiver this year, and maybe Bernard might do something. I don't know about Roman Wilson. I still think Roman Wilson's a bust. I don't know about Roman Wilson, but maybe Bernard comes in, or they start throwing down the middle of the field with Mike McCarthy's offense to get Pat Fryer more involved, or Mount Washington. I mean, Mount Washington's got more pounds this year and got a little bigger, so that's good for him, bad for whoever defense is. But we'll see. I mean, they did win the AFC North last year thanks to a missed field goal by the Baltimore Ratbirds, but I think the Steelers have a good year this year. I mean, we'll have an episode later on when I do my picks on what teams I think will have a good year and what teams I think will have a bad year. We'll do my episode on that later on, so you have to come back and watch that. We'll probably do an episode on my fantasy football drafts, even though some of them are drying down because people are scared of competition, Colin Cyrus. But we'll talk more about that too. But we'll see what else to talk about. The Little League World Series is going on right now. Let's see what happened last night. Vancouver won against Pan. Tokyo won against the Czechs 3-2 last night. Westchester, PA lost 5-6 to Alabama. Jeez. Hamilton, Ohio beat Texas 6-1. The Little League World Series is going on. If you're enjoying that, that's pretty good. There's little kids looking pretty good in the Little League World Series. Right now, the games are going on. On Tuesday, Vancouver is winning 5-1 against South Korea. Tokyo, Japan won 3-1 today against Mexico. Pensacola, Alabama won against West Tacoma, Washington. New Jersey beat Iowa. I think Ohio is going to beat New Jersey tonight in the Little League World Series. Let's go to the baseball. I think the New York Yankees to win tonight over the Astros. I think the Blue Jays to win tonight over the Royals. I think the Mets beat the Brewers. I think the Braves beat the Dodgers. I think the Indians beat the Angels. Cubs beat the Diamondbacks. Pirates beat the Padres. Ooh. Who's pitching tonight? Rockies beat the Nationals. Rangers win. St. Louis win. Baltimore beat St. Louis. The Twins beat the Athletics. The Phillies beat the Mariners. And the Reds beat the Giants. Let's see who is pitching for the Pirates tonight. Can still get tickets. But then I gotta get a plane ride to San Diego. That's gonna be expensive. And Pittsburgh, gonna be nice with them. Well, yeah, I could just. Oh, Paul Skeens pitches tonight against Mitch Young. Paul Skeens is 9-11. I don't know what's happened to Paul Skeens this year. He has not looked as dominant himself. Like I said earlier in the video, I don't know if it's because of the World Baseball Classic or what it is, but Paul Skeens has definitely not been looking like himself. So let's hope that Paul Skeens come back tonight and look like himself. But they also need the offense to do better too. I mean, offense has been hit or miss the last few games. I mean, Brandon Lau has been one of our best stunning stars, but we'll see. I mean, the Pirates have really gone down since the later part, but we'll see. I think the Pirates win tonight. I think Paul Skeens has yet another great night. I think Paul Skeens shows why he's a good pitcher tonight. I mean, I know you might say that and he might get rocked again because he has not been having good control this year. He's been doing a lot of balls and stuff. I mean, his last game wasn't that bad, but they had to come back and win because he gave up a couple of runs. So let's hope we can have a clean sheet tonight and they can have a good offense going. That's something they need too. I mean, I don't know what it is this year. I don't know if it's because they got a new pitching coach this year and maybe the new pitching coach has done something to mess up Paul Skeens. I don't know what it is, but Paul Skeens has definitely not been looking as dominant as he has in years past. But I think the Pirates win tonight with all that being said. I can't wait for college football to be starting soon. It's going to be exciting. Pat McAfee is going to be on college football now and Monday Night Football countdown. That's exciting for Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee has also made an album out that's pretty good too. I mean, Pat McAfee has done a lot of stuff as being a punter. He won a WWE, he's done other stuff, and he's made a really good TV show. I feel congratulations to Pat McAfee. The Steelers right now are at a standstill with Joey Porter Jr., Joey Porter Sr.'s son, who used to play for the Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. I hope the Steelers can sign Joey Porter Jr. They really need to sign Joey Porter Jr. I think he's a good quarterback, but he needs to play and he needs to see what he can do in his defense because his defense might have a different scheme. But I guess he wants a lot of money. I don't know if the Steelers want to pay him that. I mean, they do have Asante Samuel Jr., that looked pretty good last year, too, from the San Diego Chargers or Los Angeles Chargers, depending on when he played there. And he was pretty good there, but had a bad neck injury and coming back from an injury. And came back from injury last year and had a pretty good season. But Joey Porter Jr. looked really good last year and didn't allow that many touchdowns. So I really hope they can sign Joey Porter Jr. I mean, they've been signing Keanu Benton as a backup. I don't know about that. I'd rather have them sign Joey Porter Jr., but I mean, they still can't sign Joey Porter Jr. too. They still have time. There doesn't impact it right now. So we'll see. That's the only slow down there, Chief. That's really the only news right now at the Steelers camp. Knock on wood, we have no big injuries or anything at the Steelers camp, and everything's going pretty swimmingly. I mean, they might have some bad. They might need to have better pitchers, and we're finally getting on Sondertor back. He was hurt in training camp, but no big injuries yet. Knock on wood. But the Steelers have just that big contract dispute right now. And everybody else is pretty fine right now. I don't know if he's going to hold out or what he's going to do if it goes on in the regular season. I mean, we still have a couple of weeks before that, but we'll see. Another NFL news. NFL news. '49ers in New York contracted prostitution. Ooh. And 3 times before arrest. Ooh, no, that's not good. Oh. Add 3 times before arrest. San Francisco 49ers under Jed York used a between them in response multiple times and frictions of 4 prostitutes prior to his arrest in Ohio this weekend. Oh, that's not good. I guess he would lie and say what his name was Joe and they're doing other stuff, but that's not good. It's going to be interesting to see if he gets into trouble since he is the owner of the San Francisco 49ers trying to be a prostitute and get prostitutes. But excuse my language, but that's what it says. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens to that, but we'll get more into that tomorrow. So we're back now. Remote word. Oh. I'm going to talk more about the Steelers tomorrow and see if they have anything else come out of training camp. But so far, we'll see what happens with Mike McCarthy. You have to give Mike McCarthy some and see what Mike McCarthy can do with the starters and have the whole starters game. I mean, practice games are nice to see what your rookies can do and what your younger players can do. But we got to see what the Steelers can do. I'm not down on the dump yet about the Steelers. I think they still should be good. The Pirates, however, I don't know about them. I mean, they had a good year so far. Hopefully they can continue going and finish it off strong. So that's something you want to see too, or they might need to make some changes in the staff and upper management, but we'll get more into that later. The Pirates played late again tonight. It's the last of Paul's games to have a good late game against in San Diego. I mean, he needs to have a bounce back game. He hasn't had a really good game in the last 3 starts. I mean, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't as good as he used to be, as he can be, or whatever you want to call it. But we'll see what Paul Schemes does. I mean, I think he'll do good tonight, and I think the Pirates will do good tonight, but we'll see. But thank you for watching. That episode of Stache Sports. This is Stache Sports Unlocked.